Ladies and gents, welcome back to the TSI YouTube channel and episode number 3 of the Glory Hunter save here at Crystal Palace in season number 1. We are 4 games into the season and we've had a fairly consistent start. Hasn't been pretty at times, but it also hasn't been disastrous. If you want to check out the first 2 episodes, please go back and check them out. They'll be in the playlist down below. So go and show some support in those videos if you haven't already. And if you have been showing the support so far, thank you very much. As always, guys, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up to help share the content to new viewers, and also get yourself down in the comments to let me know how you're enjoying the save. The links to all my socials, my Twitch, my TikTok, and my Discord are all down below, so get yourself involved. Also, if you want to get involved on Tuesday nights in our Pro Club team that we have set up, we play every single week. Get in the Discord, head to the Pro Club section, let me know you want to join, and I'll get you involved in all of the action. Little look at the table first things first. We are currently 8th in the table, played 4, won 2, drawn 1, and lost 1. We're on 7 points. Not a bad start to the season. We'll absolutely take that. We've got a couple of sides around us. It's very early days yet, but it is Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool who occupy the top 4 spots, and Bournemouth as well. They're only 1 point separate the top 5. Early in the season. Your fixtures for today, as always, we will play 5. 3 of them will actually play, 2 of them we will sim. They will be your games for today. It is West Ham away to kick-start episode number 3 before Liverpool at home. A tricky game. We then have our first ever game in Europe. We will make history in this episode by taking Crystal Palace into European football for the first time. Viking FK at home in the Conference League for Everton away, and Bournemouth at home. We will definitely play the European game. We may well simulate the Liverpool game. We've already played them once, and I'm expecting to lose that game regardless. So, again, if we're going to be tactical about the games we play, that's definitely one to miss. And then we'll have a little think about the other ones. Tactic, we may well look to change over the course of this episode. We haven't been happy with how we've been playing, and I think potentially we will look at the roles. I think I'm going to play one more game with this current setup. I think the system's right. I think the player roles need changing. We're going to play one more game with this system. If we're not happy, we are going to change it. We are going to look to do something a little bit different with this squad, just to try and make us a little bit more attacking. Because defensively, we look fine. Going forward, we look like a bit of a shambles at the minute, so we may look to change this over the next few games. But enough talking. We've got a game. We've got another London derby. It's West Ham away. We look to really kickstart our season and continue the momentum and get another 3 points. Welcome to a sunny East London as we make the trip to West Ham to take on the Hammers. They have not started the season well. We've started the season okay. We've been very lucky in a couple of games. A couple of late goals have got us out of what would have been a bit of a disastrous start to our time in charge at Crystal Palace. But again, we'll play one more game with this exact system and we may look to change it. Ismail Sarr, the only real star of our season so far, is on the ball. And now is Mateta, and now Cooper Miners, who hasn't scored for the club yet. Our new signing, lift off. Cooper Miners has his first Crystal Palace goal, and that is much more like it. That's the kind of start we needed, an early goal to settle the nerves and just calm things down. We haven't scored many this season, we haven't conceded many, but an early goal gives us the lead at the London Stadium. It's West Ham 0, Crystal Palace 1. West Ham coming forward with the ball. Chance goes over the back. Mitchell can only touch it out for a corner. West Ham will have a chance now to potentially get back on level terms from this corner. Ball comes into the box. Good header. It's just over the bar from Fulkrug. First chance for West Ham to get themselves on the score sheet as we look on from the sidelines rather calmly. Bit of panic yet. We find Cooper Miners. Does find Cooper Miners. Cooper Miners is going to go to Wharton, who's got acres of space to work with. He's going to go out wide to Ismail Sarr, and Ismail Sarr is going to look for the overlap. No, he's not. He's going to cut back inside to Adam Wharton. Cooper Miners. Curtis Jones into Philippe Mateta. Jean-Philippe Mateta can't get the ball out of his feet. A slow start to the season for him. We really need to see something a bit more positive from Jean-Philippe Mateta. We know how good he can be. Not got firing yet in this season. Far right hand side. This time we'll look for the overlap of Munoz. We'll find Munoz on the overlap. Munoz will go back to Ismail Sarr. Ismail Sarr is going to try and find one more. It's Cooper Miners. He's already got one today, but Lucas Paqueta does really well. And maybe we could have done a little bit better in that situation and maybe look to find a quick pass to Jean-Philippe Mateta, who had made a good run in behind. West Ham are up for the challenge, though. It's still 1-0. Mateta finds Ismail Sarr. Brilliant again. Ismail Sarr, who has saved us once, twice. May get us out of the hole again. No. Good save from the West Ham number 1. Really should have been 2. We've absolutely dominated this game, and we will kick ourselves if we let West Ham back into this now. Wharton. Ismaili Sarr again, everything going through him. Mateta, back to Ismaili Sarr. Ismaili Sarr cuts inside. We'll go back to Wharton. Wharton inside to Cooper Miners. Cooper Miners as he's potentially looking for a second of the game. Jones, again, absolutely rock solid from West Ham. Mateta. Ismaili Sarr into the box. Can Ismaili Sarr get another one? No, Kilman's there. Right on the stroke of half-time. Curtis Jones now finds Pino. Pino finds Cooper Miners. Cooper Miners going to shoot from distance. Fabianski saves again. I dread to think what our XG is. We've absolutely battered West Ham in that first 45 minutes. It is only 1-0, but it is a superb performance and night and day compared to what we've seen in the first 4 games. Cooper Miners to Jones. Jones. Ismaili Sarr. Mateta. Surely this time it's 2. It is! Boom, boom, boom. Jean Mateta is on the score sheet, finally. First goal in 5 this season. The bench absolutely love it, and it's nothing less than we've deserved. We have been absolutely sensational, and that is a wonderful goal. Curtis Jones brilliantly first. Ismaili Sarr, this time the provider. Threads it into Jean-Philippe Mateta. He simply doesn't miss those. It is Crystal Palace 2, West Ham 0, and we're absolutely flying. Joining West Ham, it would seem. Fernandez, ball into the box. Mark Gay, absolutely sensational. Interesting to see Danny Welbeck. It's the first time we've seen Danny Welbeck in this game. That just shows you how dominant we have been. West Ham will make their first change of the game. Walker-Peters will come off. They will bring on Jared Bowen. I'm not sure why Jared was on the bench there. Maybe a knock, but bringing on an attacking option, I'm sure that will add some flair to their attack. Munoz, Ismaili Sarr, onside. Linesman keeps his flag down. Ismaili Sarr cuts back inside. Goes one more to Cooper Miners. Again, Kilman has absolutely been brilliant and has a chance here for West Ham. Can they get their note? Welbeck says, don't fancy that. Haven't got the legs for that anymore, boys. No, thank you. Don't worry about it. It's so much better in attack from us. Where has this been? Again, sometimes you need to be patient when you've got a couple of new players and you've got a new manager trying to implement a new system. I think that has paid off here today at the London Stadium as the ball comes into the box and Fulkrug's there. And just as we're saying it's paid off, we do concede. There is still 10 minutes to go in this game, and Fulkrug has got his 5th goal in 5. And now we need to switch on. Out of absolutely nothing, West Ham do get a goal back to give the West Ham fans a glimmer of hope. It's a really good ball from Danny Welbeck. Poor defending from us. We should really do better there. There's no way Mark Gay should be losing that ball. Juve wins the ball. 2 minutes added on here. Last chance saloon for West Ham. Jared Bowen. Fulkrug. Chance here. No, Gay's there. Absolutely brilliant. Tyreek Mitchell was clear as lines. The referee will surely look at the whistle. Blows the whistle. It's a brilliant 2-1 away victory at West Ham, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered. A good start to this episode and a much better performance as the fans back in Crystal Palace go absolutely nuts. They're absolutely loving that. And again, apart from the goal late on, the only blemish on the scorecard, a very, very good performance. It could have been 4, it could have been 5. In the end, it was 2. West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 2. So, very stupidly, we were so caught up on my own personal objections of the Glory Hunter, we not even looked at what the board want us to do. A mid-table finish in the Premier League, that should be fine. Reach the semi-final of the FA Cup. That's going to be difficult. Win the Conference League, a very high priority, and finish in a Europa League spot in the long term. So, some big objectives. We're going to have to keep them happy, of course. We can get sacked and potentially leave our job. That is the only way we can leave without winning a trophy. There's some tough objectives. I think we should be able to achieve a couple of them. But yeah, we've got to keep the board onside early doors. We have our first dilemma of this career mode. An ex-interview, Tom, it has come to our attention that Benitez has been making scathing press declarations and interviews publicly desiring to wish the club. We're asking you to take a stand on this and quickly solve. We will isolate and look to sell in the January transfer window and bring in a keeper. I think that is going to be the plan. Get a trophy for that. But the first time we've had one of those in-season dilemmas that we've had to deal with as a manager, a nice touch to career mode and a nice change. And he can get in the bin. As we said, the game against Liverpool, we will simulate. We will not look to change this team. I'm eager to try and keep this as the core spine in the league when everyone is fit. So this is the team we're going to go for. Mateta leading the line again. Cooper Miners playing in behind him. Sarr and Pino as our wide players. Jones, Wharton in the middle. Mitchell, Gay, Chalobah and Munoz. Henderson as the keeper. As expected. Simulate the game. I'm not expecting anything. If we can sneak a point, absolutely sensational scenes. As expected, a 3-1 defeat. Kakbo actually going off on the 24th minute injury before McAllister gave the lead. Endo then got the second. Cooper Minor's got his second of the season. That's positive. And then Ekitike got one 3 minutes after. A 3-1 defeat at home to Crystal Palace. Nothing unexpected. We simply move on to the next one. Well, we weren't expecting this. A job offer already. It is an international job offer. Now, in our Burton Albion Road to Glory we did last year, we didn't get a single job offer. We only had one job offer the whole entire save, despite taking Burton from League One to the Premier League and winning the whole damn thing. At the start of this glory hunt, I hadn't anticipated potentially winning the Euros or the World Cup because I didn't think these offers really came in that often. However, we won't accept this because it's way too early. But it could mean that we add those two trophies potentially at some point in the further seasons. Let me know down in the comments if you want us to try and win the Euros and the World Cup with a team. We will reject this. Thank you, Norway. It's a very kind offer, of course. But we will reject that this time around. Time to make history then. Crystal Palace are a European side as we make our debut in Europe. And we make our debut in the Conference League, of course. Qualified for the Europa League in real life. UEFA had other ideas. We are going to try our best to win this competition. This is the competition I really think we've got a chance of winning. This is the competition I want to try and win. And it all starts here in a game that simply we should be winning. And this would be a good start. No, the ball goes away. But yeah, realistically, this is the one we're going for. Absolutely everything is going into the Conference League this season. Anything else is a bonus. Finds Jean-Philippe Mateta. Can Mateta break away? Can Mateta get himself into the box? He can, but it's going to have to stem the play. He hasn't quite got the pace to beat the man. Jones now goes out wide to find Munoz. Munoz down this right-hand side. We'll cut back again using what skill he does have. Can we get the ball to the box? Ismaili Sarr to Jones. Jones turns. Has to go back. A little foul. We would have rather the free kick on the edge of the box, I'm sure. Ismaili Sarr now. Again, trying to turn his man. Have to be patient here. This is the kind of game plan I'm expected to come up against a lot in the Conference League. Can Ismaili Sarr get the ball into the box? Can he find Curtis Jones on the edge? No, he can't. Finds Cooper Miners. Cooper Miners trying to find Ismaili Sarr. Does find Ismaili Sarr. Ismaili Sarr across the keeper. What a goal that is. Sensational from Cooper Miners. And he is showing exactly why we paid the big money for him. And Ismaili Sarr gets yet another goal this season. And our first ever goal in Europe is here. We are making history at Crystal Palace. And that is exactly the start we needed. It was always going to be tricky to unlock this squad. And they're going to put men behind the ball. But that's a really good finish across the keeper into the top corner of the goal. Crystal Palace won. Jean-Philippe Mateta on the ball. We'll just overlap. That's an absolutely sensational ball to Yeremy Pino. Yeremy Pino hasn't scored yet this season. Does he now? No, what a save that is from Klaassen in the Viking goal. It's a really good opportunity. Brilliant from Jean-Philippe Mateta. Adam Wharton now puts the ball into the box. Can we find a Crystal Palace header bouncing around in the box? Cooper Miners trying to win the ball back. Yeremy Pino now, who's missed that glorious opportunity. Munoz. Wharton. Pino. Pino just trying to break into the box. It does break into the box. Goes one more to Curtis Jones. Jones to Wharton. Wharton to Cooper Miners. Cooper Miners from the edge of the box. Going to have a pot from distance deflected. Basson saves the ball, but again, good attacking intent. Really good football again. It's Cooper Miners. Oh, out of absolutely nothing. Our number 7 might be an absolute superstar, you know. Tyne Cooper Miners with his third goal in as many games, and he is absolutely starting to cook. That missing piece of the puzzle that we were looking for early in the season may be here. It's brilliant football again from us. A lovely 2 touches. Smashes it into the top corner. Brilliant for Crystal Palace. Palace 2, Viking 0. Chance for Viking right at the end of the first half. Henderson called into action for the first time. A massive save and a massive moment in this game. As Viking broke the back line. Surely that's going to be half-time, referee. No, we're playing our 3rd minute after one added on. Curtis Jones is there. That is going to be half-time. And a very good first half of football in Europe for Crystal Palace. We've got 45 minutes to go and a long way to go. But hopefully this is going to be the start of our campaign off and running with a win. Munoz, Mateta, and there he is. Ismaili Sarr, and we know exactly what sort of pace Ismaili Sarr has got. Ismaili Sarr into the box, across the keeper, goal! He is simply sensational. Ismaili Sarr gets yet another goal, his second of this game. Is that 4 in the season, 5 in the season? Absolutely brilliant from Ismaili Sarr. That's going to be game, set, a match early in the second half. Of course, the clean sheet is there. We're going to go for the absolute throat here and try and put this game to bed even more. But it is now 3-0 to Crystal Palace. Again, it's these two linking up again. Again, it's Ismaili Sarr. Viking are absolutely collapsing. Ismaili Sarr for his hat-trick. We are simply sensational, and I don't want to get carried away. This is a side we should be beating 4-5-6-0. But this is a brilliant performance to kickstart our European campaign. Ismaila Sarr, it's exactly the same as his second goal. Jean-Philippe Mateta and him linking up when Mateta's not scoring. At least he's assisting. 4-0 to Palace. Again, that is my only concern right now with playing Thursday, Sunday consecutively for large parts of this season. Is how we deal with that as a squad. And rest and rotate will come into these games, I'm sure. That's why it's important we get early wins in this competition, so that we can potentially look to rest players further into the campaign. And we get one late on. Ismaila Sarr couldn't get 4, could he? Ismaila Sarr couldn't get 4. As the ball goes up for 1 minute added on, no. Had a little bit too much to do there, but it's not going to matter. The full-time whistle goes, and we kickstart life in Europe with a sensational 4-0 win. We will come up against harder opposition than that is for sure. But we've got to enjoy nights like this. We've got to enjoy games like this. Ismaila Sarr takes the match ball after a sensational performance from him. Absolutely faultless from Crystal Palace. 4-0. Welcome to the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Our first chance to look at Everton's new ground in all its glory on this game. There is one change. SA is coming in on the right-hand side for Ismaila Sarr. Not a change I wanted to make, but I've got to preserve that man and wrap him up in cotton wool whenever he is slightly struggling with fitness, because he is too important to us. I'm hoping SA can make the step up. It's Curtis Jones against his old rival, and that would have been a wonderful start to this game. Under the lights. Really good build-up players from Everton. Doing really well to keep the ball and showing much more fight than West Ham did. That's really good. Gerrard into the goal. Oh my God, Dean Henderson with a sensational save. What a goal that would have been by Everton, by the way. This is a different kettle of fish to what we saw in that West Ham game, that's for sure. They take the corner short. Tyler Dibbling into the box. Mark Gaze there does his job. Out for another corner. Will they take it short again? They don't take it short again. Ball comes into the box. Jeremy Pino's there. Now we can maybe look to counter-attack through Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones is going to look for the run of Jean-Philippe Mateta. It's a wonderful ball over the top, and Jean-Philippe Mateta may be in here. Philippe Mateta from distance. Good save from Jordan Pickford. Low down to his right-hand side. Brilliant counter-attacking football. Brilliant ball from Curtis Jones. Everton play their football. Not typically the style we want to see, but we've got a chance here. Munoz on the edge to Cooper Miners. Cooper Miners to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones, can he spin his man? Same he does. Jeremy. Wharton. Essay now. Down the right-hand side. Unfortunately, Mikalenko's got him in his pocket. And that will probably do us for the first half. Not a classic by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to have to be really patient and just hope that an opportunity comes our way. Ismaila Sarr may have to come off the bench sooner rather than later. At the break, it is 0-0. Finds Essay out wide, and Essay's got a little bit of space to work into. Mikalenko's had him in his pocket for large parts of this game. Essay. Cooper Miners to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones from distance. It would have been spectacular. Easy work for Jordan Pickford. And the number 7 get anything here. Curtis Jones. It's Jeremy Pino. Oh, he's hit the bar. Oh, that was maybe the half chance that we were looking for. Jeremy Pino has rattled the crossbar. As Everton make their change, and I think we will make one as well. Jones, one more. This time it's a Jefferson Lerma. That's wide and ambitious, to say the least. Oh, we've got trouble here. That is Curtis Jones down injured, holding his shoulder. And that would not be good news at all. He needs to get back to his feet. Does get back to his feet, but he is struggling. And that would be absolutely disastrous if we were to lose him for a period of time. It looks like he's holding his shoulder. Thankfully, he is back on his feet. Goes back to Munoz now. Munoz down this right-hand side. Finds Ismaila Sarr. Ismaila Sarr to Cooper Miners. Cooper Miners back to Ismaila Sarr. On the overlap into Munoz. Munoz can now potentially look to drive into the box. That's going to be a corner, surely. No, we've given away a foul. That is absolutely brain dead for Munoz, and he could be in trouble here. He could be in serious trouble. Why has he not just let the ball run out of play? The referee goes to his pocket, and it is red. Oh, Munoz has seen red. He's absolutely lost his head. There's a bit of frustration as Mikalenko won the ball. And now we're down to 10 men. Can Ismaila Sarr make anything happen? We haven't got a striker on the pitch now. Cooper Miners is there, but that is going to be full-time. I think Everton have been brilliant, and I say full-time, it's not, because Jack Grealish is coming down this wing, and Jack Grealish is going to try and put the goal in the box. Mark Gaze there. That's surely going to be full-time. Is full-time. An injury to Curtis Jones and a red card to Munoz late in this game is not the way we wanted this game to go. It lacked a bit of class here and there. We had the best chance when we hit the bar through Yeremy Pino. It is a point on the road. It's not a disaster, but it's also not that good a performance. Everton 0, Palace 0. Thankfully, Curtis Jones is only out for 5 days with a bruised shoulder. That isn't bad, and a one-match ban for Munoz that may get extended to 3. It's not the end of the world. We are going to have to fix those in the squad hub. Munoz, that means Sosa is going to have to go there. We're going to have to put Nathaniel Klein on the bench, which isn't ideal. Curtis Jones, that replacement is slightly easier. Will Hughes, no, in fact, Jefferson Lerma can come on, and he will take the place of Curtis Jones for the next game. We won't need to rest Curtis Jones because it was international break, so we will just make the change out right back. That is the side we're going for. Again, a simulation. We haven't won a simulated game yet. Hopefully we can do that at home to Bournemouth. And a simulated win we can. Cooper Miners opened the scoring. Absolutely brilliant. Sosa came off just before halftime. Hopefully that's not an injury. Klein came on. Yeremy got his first of the season. Edison got one back. Or Edmilson Jr. got his first goal for the club. A 3-1 away win. The perfect way to end this episode. Episode 3 done and dusted. And we start where we finished pretty much. We are 5th in the table after playing 8 games. Liverpool do have a game in hand, but we are on 14 points. Only 2 losses, 4 wins and 2 draws to start the season. 6 points off Manchester City, who are top. That is a good start to the season. One I'm very happy with. Arsenal, Chelsea and Spurs ahead of us. Liverpool, Bournemouth, Forest slightly behind us. Man United also have a game in hand. And we look at the bottom. It is Burnley, Fulham and West Ham, the sides at the bottom, and the sides who are struggling. Fulham and Burnley both without a win. And look at the calendar. We have Shelbourne in the Conference League next. Another game that we'll be looking to win for. Arsenal away. A tricky fixture. Brentford at home. Or again, we're in the Conference League and we've got Strasbourg away before Brighton at home. The games are coming thick and fast for you. We've got plenty of content coming your way. A good start to the season. Let me know down in the comments how you think we're getting on so far. And as always, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next week for episode number 4.